everyone, welcome to another speed build. This was the 4x4 tiny home challenge that I'm doing right here, and I decided I wanted it to be 3 stories. So you saw me putting the square shaped walls down, and there's 3 of them on top of each other. But in order to get to the top, you have to have stairs. So that is what you see me messing with right now. The stairs are actually in the 5th grid line. I did that on purpose. I wanted to have the actual building itself be 4x4 and then have the stairs outside. So I know they look like they're inside right now, but by the time we're done, they're actually on the outside. And I think it actually turns out really cool. So I wanted to have a bathroom in each level, but it turned out that was basically impossible. So we actually end up with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And the bathroom is actually really small. It only has a shower and a toilet in it. And the sink is shared with the kitchen. So the bathroom and the kitchen are right next to each other. There's no living room and there's no dining room because it's so small. But I do actually add like a dining set outside next to a grill. So you can still sit around a table and eat your food, or you could just, stand like Sims do sometimes and eat their food. I was trying to figure out how I wanted this whole thing to work out, and I hadn't actually gotten my inspiration quite yet on where I wanted the stairs and how the stairs were going to be, but I assure you it does turn out awesome in the end. That little room in the middle is actually going to be the kids' room. The 3x4 room right there is going to be the kids' room. The bottom is going to be the kitchen and bathroom, and the top is going to be the master bedroom. This build is actually perfect for 3 Sims. I wouldn't have more than 3 Sims though. I don't know where you would put them unless you had 2 child-sized beds in the child's room. You could then have 4, but it would be a little cramped to have 4 Sims here. So I would just suggest going with the 3 Sims. 2 Sims would be good. 3 Sims is okay. The kitchen we're working on right now here, I was trying to figure out how I could have the kitchen also being big enough, or the kitchen's small but also being big enough to have everything that you need in the kitchen. So that's a stand to prepare the food, the sink, the oven, and the fridge. And right now you can only see I have 3 out of 4. And so it actually took me a long time to figure out how I wanted the whole kitchen to be around. And now I'm working on the kids' room. We just stick the bed in there, and this is the master. And I wanted, like I said, I wanted to have a bathroom, 2 bathrooms, but I couldn't figure out how to get the bathroom up there to work within the parameters of a 4x4 build and still have a queen-size bed. So I ended up taking that out, but that's not for a while now. The kitchen, I tried to rearrange to have enough space. So in this case, it would be fine if I left it like this, but it wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little bit different. And so we try and work around, and right now I'm just trying to figure out color and how I wanted it to look, and just adding some floor and walls. I tried to stick with the base theme as much as possible, but of course we all make mistakes, and I did add a few things that were not within the parameters of the base game, but they're not serious enough to ruin the download if you were to download this off the gallery. You could still get away with having, you'll just have to replace the walls if you don't have the walls that came with the base game or whatever packs you have, and it'll be fine. So as you can see, the stairs are no longer inside the building. They are their own separate thing, and I think that's why, that's how I can get away with not having a 4x4 build, but also still having a 4x4 build and having all of this space. I wasn't really sticking to the parameters of the challenge, but I think it looks good in the end, and I can do what I want, so. That turns into a little balcony that I think is super cute. There's nothing on it, it's just left the way it is, so if you wanted to add stuff to it, you could. I added the columns to show support and structure for the roof and the walls and the stairs, because without it, it would look really unrealistic. And I think this is a relatively realistic build. All of the items in here, the Sims can use. There's no cheats aside from the cheat that I just put in to make the column go where the door is. Sometimes the doors and columns don't really get along all that well. Adding some lights to make sure the stairs are lit. Yeah, it just turned out to be a really, really nice build, and I might play with it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I thought it was a really good build. So I wanted to put in matching doors and windows, and so I went with the doors that came from, looks like the spa day pack, so you might have to replace those doors if you don't have that pack. I got that bathroom that wasn't working, and we put in, wow, I did awful. That bed came from the City Living pack, so you might just want to download this unfurnished or furnished and then just replace whatever's missing. Windows, I wanted to be the big full-size windows to give it a more modern feel, but the kitchen wasn't really playing along with that, so I actually changed up the kitchen again to make the windows work better. And I wanted the downstairs, the door that is like the entry door, or the front door, I guess you would say, actually changes too. So keep an eye out for that. This whole room is based on the City Living, it seems. Bedside tables are from the base game, lamps are from the base game. It's very boring. There's not a whole lot of attitude to these rooms. Just put things in there to be like, oh, this is for, and this is what this is for. You know, so when you go and download it, you're like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. And I love that staircase bookshelf / dresser thing for kids. I think it's super adorable. I wish I had one, just adult sized. We rearranged the kitchen again, trying to figure out how we wanted that to go, and we changed the window, and we take out the outside table and change the front door. So the front door is centered and the windows are on the side. Bathroom is done, except I'm going to replace that sink for a toilet. And I think that's pretty much the entirety of the downstairs floor right there. I think that's what it ends up looking like for the rest of the time. And here we add the outside table that I was talking about for outside seating. I think that came from the outdoor retreat pack or backyard stuff, one of the two. So you're gonna have to replace that if you don't have that pack, but it's really up to you and your own inspiration and how you want to build and design and what Sims is all about. So I don't feel really all that bad for not just doing base game, because you can always replace things with the way that you want them to. I know that when I download things off the gallery, I usually take out all the stuff and put in my own stuff. So yeah, there's the toilet, there's the bath, or the kids room, and the master bedroom, and I'm really happy with the way that this whole thing turned out. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with any comments or suggestions that you have for me in the future. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.